Hey everyone, tonight I want to go through a couple of new brushes that I bought, and then I want to show you some of my favorite brushes. But the new ones I got, I have a 1-inch goat hair brush, and the funny thing is I just did a live stream and I made it private. So I was testing out some settings and I made it private so nobody could see it. So here's the condensed version, which you'll probably like better anyway because it's condensed. But I have a 1-inch goat hair. It doesn't look like, I've had goats before, it doesn't look like goat's hair, but I'm going to have to take whoever's word for it that it is. The other one is a 2-inch Scepter Gold 2 wash by Winsor Newton. It's a combination sable and synthetic. So that is the most expensive brush that I've ever bought. And all you professionals are going to laugh at me. I spent $33. Usually what I do is I go to one of the art stores like AC Moore or I guess AC Moore is the closest one. They have almost every week they have 50% off, so I go in there, or 40% off. So I go in there and I get a brush, or whenever I need a brush, I go in there and get it on sale. So I'm kind of cheap that way. I really like these are some I got on the Amazon. I'm going to go through my favorite ones first. Favorite. Where is it? It left. Oh, this is the one that I use the most. It's a number 10 Polar Flow. It has a nice point to it. I can get some detail. It holds quite a bit of paint, and I really like it. So this is one I use a lot. The handles on the Princeton Velvet Touch handles, I love the feel of those. They do feel like velvet. So I have several of those. I have a couple of filbert. I have a number 6 filbert, which is good for doing petals, leaves, getting some detail. You can turn it on its side, and you can get different details, different shapes. So I have a number 4 and number 6. I also have a number 4 round Velvet Touch. The Princeton brushes, I really like those. That you can get a little more detail. It's a little narrower. Number 4. Let's see. Then I have a couple of tiny, this is Master's Touch. A couple of small ones. You can use that for signing your name, for getting some real small details, some twigs, branches, leaves, a little grass shape, all that. The disadvantage is they're not very long. If you can see, the bristles are real short, so they don't hold a lot of paint, so you end up having to reload them quite a bit. Set those aside. Where am I at next? Here's a larger filbert, Premier Midnight Oval Wash. It's a filbert shape. So this is the same thing. It's larger, doing larger paintings. I usually work in somewhere around 9 by 12 paper, and this is about as large a brush as I need, unless I'm doing a sky or clouds or something like that. Then I have my fan brush for doing grass shapes, grass bunches, that works well for doing that. Some people use a cheap brush and they splay the bristles and they use it. That works too. All right, picking up paint. I really like this short. It's an angular by Premier Midnight. Midnight, I guess, is a brand. 1/2-inch angular, like if I were to do a boat with a rope coming off of it, and I already had the what do you call it? Water, not sky. I already have the water painted in there. I could take this, it's real stiff, wet it, pick up some of the paint, and give like a nice rope shape, and then put some of the detail back in there later. So that is another one I want in my toolbox. I also have a larger Polar Flow. This is number 30. This works out really well. All right, let's talk about cheap brushes. I have a few others too I just randomly pick up. If you buy a cheaper brush or use a cheaper brush, the bristles aren't going to hold their shape as well. You're going to have hairs that fall out on some of the cheaper brushes and get in your painting, and they might be hard to pick up and cause problems that way. The handle, if you can take a look at the handle, the paint, I've had cheaper brushes where the paint actually flicks off and gets in my painting, and that's real inconvenient. So spend a few more dollars on a paintbrush. It'll be worth it. And like I said, you can get them on sale. They're, they don't have to be crazy expensive. All right, now onto the new ones. I'm going to set that aside. Tape down a new piece of paper. I'm just using, it's 140-pound paper. I didn't get a straight, and that bugs me, but I'm going to leave it. And it's inexpensive paper. I bought it, pack of 30 or something like that. So I'm not spending a lot of time not stretching the paper or doing anything fancy. Usually I paint on 140-pound block, watercolor block, and I don't have to think about stretching it. I can just pick it up and go. So I have a couple of those kicking around in a couple of different sizes, but like I said, it's usually 9 by 12. All right, so if I can get one of my brushes, load up the palette with paint, load it. I say load it. I'll get some French ultramarine, cut it with a little what is it? Burnt sienna. I have my cheat sheet right there. So I just want to gray it out a little bit with the burnt sienna. Nothing special. All you experts can tell me everything that I'm doing wrong in the comments, because I am still learning. All right. And my pencil, I'm just going to do a little, just going to do a line down here, like for some sky. And maybe I'll do a hill in the background. Something like that. There, real fancy. I'm not going to do any big painting, so, because you guys are busy, you have more to do. So this is the goat hair, the 1 inch, they say 1 inch, but it sure looks bigger. It is fat and fluffy. So I'm going to put down some water. It holds quite a bit of water. We have had a couple of really hot days here in Maine, and for September, it's been really warm, really nice. I'm enjoying it, but tonight I have a fan going. It might cause a little bit of background noise, but if I didn't have the fan going, I would be dripping, because it was, for me, it's hot. It was probably in the 80s today. All right. So I'm going to let that dull out just a little bit. One thing I notice, even as I'm putting the water down, that the bristles, they do leave a lot of lines, so it might be better. It's possible it would be better on grass or trees or a rougher area than, or getting texture on something. I'm not so sure it's going to work out for sky. So the paper's kind of dulled out. It takes up almost all the paint that I put on. See what kind of damage I can do. Like I said, I'm still learning. Yeah, it leaves a lot of lines. It would probably be, and I can't get an edge like against the hills. So okay, so probably not for sky. But here I am doing sky. All right, let me come in with one of my larger, just so I don't totally mess this up. All right, like I said, don't know if I'd use that. I could use it to wet the paper. That was fine, but I also can't get in on these skylines that I'm doing. So my new brush, I don't know. Not so thrilled with that one. Want a masterpiece tonight? You're not going to get one. Because I am hurrying too much. And I'm not tilting the paper. I have things set up kind of funny. Blot it out. Give me some clouds. Better. Like I said, it's not a masterpiece I'm doing. I'm just trying the brushes. All right. Moving on. Let's try this 2-inch Scepter Gold 2 Wash Sable Synthetic by Winsor Newton. So, let me get a little bit of a darker gray. Actually, what I might do is I might do the water. So I am going to try to get a little bit of greenish blue. Put some raw sienna in with that same French ultramarine and see what I can do. So I'm going to pretend I'm getting some water. I can get a really nice edge with that. I do like that. Just going back and forth, bringing it down. I like this. I have a lot more control with this one. And I can still go around I did wet on dry, and I don't know why I did that, but that's the way I did it. So I like this one. This has a lot of potential. I noticed a few hairs coming out, and I'm hoping that that goes away as I use it. So I like the way this works. This one's working. I don't know, I'm just goofing around here. Pulling it down like it's going to reflect some of the mountain shapes. There's another little hair. Like I said, I'm hoping that whole the hair's falling out goes away as it gets older. But anyway, there's my non-masterpiece for the night. I do like this, the goat hair one. This one, I'm not sure. I didn't spend as much. How much did I spend on that? That's why. I spent $8 on that. So that one might get used for really rare special occasions if I do want a lot of texture or something. But leave me the comments. Let me know what your favorite brush is, and let me know everything I'm doing wrong so I can keep learning and improving with you. I know I'm not done yet. I talked to someone the other day that was out on the shore, the ocean, painting out on the shoreline painting, and I said, well, I'm learning, and he said, we're all learning, so we can all learn together. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope to do more of these in the future, and hopefully on a regular basis. But thanks for watching. Talk to you later.